Hello everybody, Troy Rockvert here, and I want to welcome you all here tonight for this presentation where we're going to talk about the secret black box of the super rich exposed. And I have here with me Damon Tyndall.
Yes, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you today, and I'm certainly very excited with what we're going to cover on today's call.
Well, time is of an essence today because we have a ton of information to share with you. So what do you think, Damon? Should we get this started?
Absolutely, Troy. Let's get this information out there.
What we're going to do is show you how you can make an absolute fortune during a prolonged and severe economic crisis like we're experiencing today, while everybody else is getting financially slaughtered. Now, I know this sounds like a strange topic to talk about right now, because the US is on the verge of an economic depression, but based on the feedback I've received so far, it will be the most valuable hour or so you may ever invest into your family's financial security and prosperity. One thing is for certain, you'll not leave here the same person or with the same views about money and wealth creation. If you'd like to make an absolute fortune in a business opportunity or through our investment strategies, you're watching the right video because we're going to cover both. So if you have money to invest or if you are looking to make money to invest, then stay tuned because we have some very exciting information to share with you, don't we, Damon? So let's do a quick summary of the 6 money-making secrets that could change your life forever. Secret number 1. Secret of what real money is. We're going to reveal to you what the difference is between money and currency and how we got into this economic mess in the first place. Secret number 2. Secret of protecting your money. I'm going to show you how the ultra-rich preserve their wealth during these times and why I think gold and silver will be the greatest wealth transfer in the 21st century. Secret number 3. Secret of knowing the economic future. I will be sharing with you how to read the economic future and give you an opportunity to join our academy so you know what we are investing in. Secret number 4. Secret of automating your money with a home business. This will be paramount during an economic crisis, and Damon is the man to show you how. He has developed a number of million-dollar systems, and he will be revealing his latest system that is tailored for an economic crisis and how you can do the same. Secret number 5. Secret of a money-making mindset. Damon will run through how to prepare your mind for an economic depression and teach you how to think like the rich and become rich. Secret number 6. Secret of being on the winning team during an economic crisis. We are most excited about this opportunity where we are partnering with an online home business called Jubilee, and we have developed our latest system called GLMP 2.0, which has the potential to rapidly accelerate your money-making efforts in an online home business. We will show you how you can tap into and financially benefit from this money-making system that has been developed by our team of experts. But before we get started, our legal people always advise us to give my audience a disclaimer. So let's get that out of the way first. What I'm going to talk about today is not financial advice, simply because I do not know your personal financial position. What I'm going to give you is my financial decisions and investment strategies that I have put in place to protect and grow my wealth. I encourage you to do further due diligence into these strategies, as they may also help you to protect your wealth. If you do not act on this information, and at the very least conduct some further research, the cost of not doing so may be that you are confronted with some very tough financial decisions that may adversely impact upon you and your family's lifestyle and spending choices. This is my warning to you. Now I've got that out of the way, please, can I have your full attention? Please take this time to get rid of any distractions. Turn off your TV, turn down your radio, shut down that Facebook, and give this presentation your undivided attention. Because what I'm about to share with you will help you through these incredible, painful financial times. If you feel that I'm exaggerating the extent of this financial crisis, simply turn on your television or pick up your newspaper. This is not an isolated event limited to a few countries. There are ramifications being felt across nearly every country and by most families across the globe. I must warn you, what I'm going to reveal to you will surprise you and may even offend you. I don't mean to do this. All I want to do is share the truth with you. So are you really ready to hear what I have to say? Yes? Great. I know most of you are already familiar with Damon's and my story, but I'm sure there's a few people watching this who we haven't had the pleasure or privilege to talk to yet. So let's hear Damon's story first. Over to you, Damon.
Thanks, Troy. Well, I grew up in a small country town and then moved to Newcastle, which is a larger regional city with a population of about 500,000 people. I did this to attend university. Upon completing my teaching degree and subsequently my first year of teaching, two things became obvious to me, Troy. Firstly, while I enjoyed teaching, I was at the heart of it an entrepreneur. Secondly, that I realised that in working for someone else, I was never going to be able to achieve true financial and time freedom. It was a fact that I was trading each hour of my time for 1 unit of income, earning linear income. There was no way for me to be able to compound my income earning ability other than simply by trading more time to earn more money. The turning point in my life came through reading a book that many of you may have heard of by Robert Kiyosaki titled Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is when I realised that the idea of trading time for money was a fundamentally flawed concept, especially when it meant improving someone else's bottom line rather than my own. Over the last 8 years, I've worked towards employing various types of business systems in my life. The underlying principle is that each one of these business systems is based upon the idea that I do the work once, and I do work hard during that period of time, but with the potential to get paid over and over and over again for that effort. This has allowed me to be able to generate multiple streams of passive income. Now, while we'll look at more depth into business systems later on in today's presentation, I want to give you a very brief Reader's Digest overview. We'll also take a look at how you can implement money-making business systems into your wealth building or financial plan. However, to give you a brief overview now, basically a business system is a simple step-by-step training, operating or marketing system, all contained in one broad business system. Another way to look at it would be a business in a box type principle. A great example of a very powerful business system on a larger scale is McDonald's. McDonald's as a franchise, I think we'd all agree, don't necessarily make great hamburgers, but what they do have is the ability to train teenagers all over the world on how to make their hamburgers and their other products exactly the same. Training teenagers really is an amazing achievement when you think about it. Troy, one of the biggest myths that I've come across in my experience in business is that when you start a new business system and implement that into your wealth building plan, that you have to quit your job immediately. As you know, what we have both done is to look for business systems that are already established and allow us to be able to plug into them on a part-time basis, with the potential to increase that income and that effort to a more full-time approach. Over time, what we've been able to achieve is to be able to develop various multiple streams of residual income, and then take that income and then get the compounding wealth creation effect by putting that income into other forms of investment. And we'll look more at that later on, just how powerful that is. What that has achieved for us by having these multiple streams of residual or passive income flowing into our lives is it means that we've achieved a very, very powerful insurance policy. But more on that later. But Troy, look, I definitely subscribe to Brian Tracy's philosophy that today the greatest single source of wealth is between our ears. Away from business, I love to travel. I love spending time socialising with friends, occasionally doing a little bit of partying. But I'm also a very eager golfer. Although I must say, while I'm very eager, I'm also a very frustrated golfer. But it's all fun. Troy, look, back over to you. Let's hear some more about your background.
Thanks, Damon. On to me. I'm 30 years old. I have the most amazing Christian family, and I'm blessed with 2 girls and another baby on the way, and we haven't found out what we're having yet. I was brought up on a farm in New South Wales of Australia, where I was brought up on a family from a very below middle class, but we were a very happy family at that. I guess it was in my blood to be an entrepreneur. My grandfather was an entrepreneur, a farmer entrepreneur, who has done very well. I started my first profitable business when I was only 13, where I built kids' cubby houses and sold them to families around the town. When I was 18, I went off to university to study mechanical engineering, where I paid my own way through university by growing and selling pumpkins during the holidays on my grandparents' farm. As you could imagine, this was not enough to pay my way through university, so I had to start another business with my dad called Watch It Grow, where I bagged up mulch and sold it to the local nurseries, and later we expanded it to bulk deliveries. Some of my clients included the Government House and Parliament House in Canberra, where we expanded to turn over about $220,000 per year. So it was quite nice to get some of the money back from all the taxes we have paid over the years as well. The problem we suffered from a very severe drought, and the mulch actually dried up, and we no longer had any product to bag up. Later, I became a project engineer, and I soon realised that the corporate world was not for me. So I started my own home business, where I am the owner of a networking website for home businesses called networkmarketingbusinessschool.com. That I have turned that into a nice little income on the side. So what do I like to do for fun? Well, here's a photo of me surfing in the Mentawais in Indonesia in May this year. And just below that, I've got another photo of me kite surfing here in my hometown in Western Australia. So pretty much chuck me in the ocean and I'm as happy as a pig in mud. But my main passion and focus over the last 2 years has been the economy and investing, and you'll see why over the next 60 minutes or so. Yes, we are Aussies, and we're proud ones at that. And you may be wondering, what on earth would we know about the US economy? And it would be fair of you to be wondering that. The thing is, I wanted to find out what the rich knew about money that I didn't. This led me to researching, reading, and interviewing people who knew about the history of economics and monetary policy. One of the many things I discovered, knowledge always comes at a price. You think I would have known this after spending 4 years of my life and $35,000 on a university degree. So I subscribed to some of the top economist newsletters, which mounted to over $900 per month, which I've learnt more in the last 2 years than in the 4 years at university. I worked on building a relationship with these publishers, and to cut a long story short, 2 years later, here I am talking to you and letting you know for free the 6 money-making secrets that could explode your wealth, and give you some free tips on money making that can protect you during a severe financial crisis. Getting back to what Aussies know about the US economy, well, what I've found out was the US drives the world's economy. 70% of the world's currency is made up of US dollars, which heavily influences every other market around the world, including our economy here down under. This graph overlays the Dow Jones Index with the ASX, which is the Australian stock market, and shows that the percentage moving around the mean over the past 10 years. See how the markets react virtually the same? When the Dow goes up, the ASX goes up. When the Dow goes down, the ASX goes down. This is one of the reasons we follow the US economy as well as ours, because it is virtually the same.